Hi, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. I'm Joan and this is Yoga with Joan Bossy, my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming. This is Yoda, who's sleeping by my side today. Today we have a whole body workout from head to toe. We are going to offer options for each pose so that you will feel like this is a genuine all levels practice. So let's get started. You don't need any props. I do like to have 2 mats for my knees to pad them up. You can always roll your mat over when you put your knee down. So we'll take a couple breaths here, letting the arms just float down. Maybe rolling the shoulders up and back and down a couple times before we start. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. We'll inhale through the nose, nice deep inhale, chest lifting up, and let those sits bones ground you into the earth so you can root to lift. So we'll breathe here. And on the exhale, we'll exhale through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhaling, nice deep breath in. And then we'll exhale. Last time, inhaling. Exhale. Nice and long. Letting our breath return to normal. And thinking about why you tuned into yoga today. What is it you need from yoga for your body? Setting a small goal or intention if you'd like right now. And whatever that is, I wish that for you too. And we'll begin to let those eyes float open if they were closed. We'll bring the right arm over to the left knee. As we inhale, the right arm up and overhead. Couple breaths here. And letting that arm come back down. The right hand tense behind as we stay tall in the crown, rooting with the hip bones as we inhale here. We'll exhale to the twist using the waist muscles. Another breath here. And we'll come back to the center. We'll do the other side. Left hand, right hand comes to the opposite knee. We'll inhale the other arm up, reaching overhead and stretching. And again, make this practice your own. Maybe there's movement as we move through these poses, or stillness as we reach and stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. And left hand comes behind the body, tenting the fingers. We're just propping yourself here as we take an inhale and twist over, using those waist muscles to the left. Softening the face. Sending ourselves back to the center. We'll let the arms come forward, dropping down any amount. Maybe the fingers crawl out as the head releases down. Maybe you're just leaning forward. Any amount of stretch that you feel, that nice tension, that little bit of discomfort that you feel when you stretch. Feeling that there and releasing on the exhale. And then we'll crawl the hands back up, finding our shoulders up, back and down, rolling them a few times. And then forward, up and forward and down, up and forward and down. And then sending those shoulders down. We'll take the chin level, taking the right ear over to the right shoulder, any amount, adding the weight of the hand if you'd like. Maybe reaching the left hand out on the ground, either crawling the fingers out or stretching through the fingertips of the left hand. Another breath here, inhaling, exhaling. Head floats back up to the center, neutral. And we'll send the left ear to the left shoulder, any amount, dropping it, letting it lightly rest, taking maybe a light weight of the left hand to the skull. Right hand can stay on the knee or crawl out a little on the mat, finding that sweet spot where you feel a stretch and maybe adding in the shoulder. Beautiful. Head floats back up. We'll drop the chin. Take a look up. Beautiful. And then taking a gentle roll to the right. Maybe all the way around or just to the right. Your choice. Chin to chest. Coming back up. Drop the chin. Rolling to the left. Stay here or take it all the way around. We'll come from here to our hands and knees. We'll send our arms forward, inhaling, exhaling back. Sending those hips back, head comes down. And then we'll inhale forward with the head, putting some weight on those hands as the hips come forward. Exhale back. And we'll do this 2 more times, creating some movement. And then coming back to child's pose. Breath here. And then from here, we come to tabletop again. We'll drop that belly, lift that chin for cow. Exhale to cat. You can turn the toes under. Inhale. Cow. And exhale to cat. And you could time your breath, rolling on the inhale to cow on your own when you're ready. And from here, turning the toes under, we'll come to our downward dog. Heels reach back. We're not here long, bending one knee and then the other. Or coming to stillness as we stretch the chest back towards the thighs. Knees can be very bent, a little bent, or even beginning to straighten, depending on where your stretch is today, where you are. And on the next breath, we'll bend those knees generously, taking some baby steps all the way to the front of the mat. We'll inhale, halfway lift, maybe fingertips on the ground or the shins. Inhale, flat back, exhale, forward fold. 3 breaths here, maybe holding the elbows, maybe adding a little movement from side to side. 2 more breaths. Hinging at the hips, letting the shoulders and the head go with gravity. Maybe the chest is resting on bent knees. That could be an option. Lots of different things going on here. Everyone is different. And then we'll ground the feet, letting go of the elbows. Inhaling and reaching up out of the waist with the arms. Exhaling the hands to the heart. We'll go again. Inhale, bending the knees, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to that flat back. Hands frame the feet as we exhale. Left big step back with the right foot coming down onto that knee. Exhaling and reaching up. Breathing. Inhaling the hands together and to the heart as we inhale forward, coming to a twist on the right side. And you can stay here or lift the back knee if that feels good for you. You can open your arms up, creating more space. You can have your fist on top of your fist. Another breath here. And then dropping the knee down. If you didn't already have it down, hands come back to the center. Arms come forward, framing that foot. We'll come up, lifting the knee, rocking forward to our forward fold. Taking our 3-breath hang here, or arms can dangle down. You can also hold the backs of the ankles if that feels good. Give yourself time here. Another breath. And then we'll bend the knees, beginning to come up nice and slow, reaching down with the feet, rooting out, reaching up with the arms, coming back to the center, heart center. Beautiful. Noticing your heartbeat. And eyes can float open if they were closed. Bending the knees. We'll reach up out of the waist. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands frame the feet. Left foot steps back to the ball of the left foot. Left knee comes down, knee over the ankle in the front as we reach and stretch in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Noticing your core, gently allowing the belly to tighten. As we inhale the hands together and down, we'll bring ourselves forward on the inhale, exhaling to the twist, coming off to the side, maybe staying here or letting that knee come up, opening up your twist if you'd like. It doesn't matter wherever you are, breathe. And if the knee is up, you can come back down, hands come back to the heart, and framing the front foot with those hands, we'll lift the knee and begin to rock forward, coming to our forward fold. This time we'll widen the feet, letting the arms, holding the elbows, maybe adding some movement. See what feels good for you. Bringing a little more weight to the front part of your feet. Let the arms drop if you're holding the elbows. Draw the feet back together. And we'll bring the hands to the side of the feet, stepping back, right leg steps back, left leg to plank, and knees can be down. Option here, inhale. And I invite you to exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Hands can come to the side ribs, peeling the chest up on your inhale to cobra. Exhale down. And do this 2 more times, inhaling to baby cobra. Cobra, even a taller cobra, and exhale down. And last time, inhale to your back bend of choice, maybe straightening the elbows, lifting the knees for upward dog. And then we'll turn the toes under, coming back to child's pose or downward dog. Pausing here, breathing. And on your next inhale, we're going to take the right leg and reach it back, bending the knee, opening up that hip. Heel comes towards the quad, knee towards the sky. Another breath in and out. And on your next inhale, straighten that leg and inhale it through, exhale it through, We'll come to warrior 2, turning the back foot out, opening up to that warrior 2 pose. We'll flip the front palm, reaching up. Another breath here, opening up the front body. And then back to our warrior two. And you can challenge yourself by crawling the left leg out a little bit more, leaning forward on knee over ankle in the front. And you can bring your elbow across that thigh, coming to your side angle pose. And if you want to challenge yourself even more, you can open that up, sending the fingertips to the earth, opening the shoulders to the sky for your side lunge. Returning to warrior two, breathing, eye gaze over the middle finger. Now, if you have too wide of a stance, you can always bring the back foot in before triangle a little bit. We'll straighten the front leg, reaching forward, dropping that arm into triangle, opening the front body up towards the sky. And then we'll release into our reverse triangle. Legs stay the same, arms switch. Beautiful. Bending that front knee, coming back to warrior two. We'll cartwheel the arms forward. Sliding the foot back to plank. Knees can be down, inhaling. Exhaling all the way to the mat. Hands come to the side, ribs as we inhale up to cobra or upward dog. Exhaling to downward dog. And if you need child's pose to reset, please do so. Rest and refresh yourself and then join me. Pausing here. And if you're in child's and you want to come back to downward dog, you can as we lift the left leg, reaching out away from the body, bending that left knee as you send that knee up towards the sky, opening up that hip, foot comes towards the glute muscle. And then straightening on the inhale, exhaling that foot through. We'll come to warrior two on the opposite side. The right leg is turned out, almost parallel with the back of the mat. Breathing, thinking about that rooting down that we did in the beginning with the feet, with the hip bones when we were breathing. Do that with the feet here. Pushing into the left side of the foot a little more in the front, the right side of the foot in the back. Flipping the front palm as we reach up. Pausing and breathing. Find our way back to warrior two. Side angle pose, sending that elbow towards the thigh. Right arm reaches overhead. Chest muscles opening up towards the sky as we breathe. Finding our way back to warrior two, grounding, lifting the chest, shoulders down, straightening that front leg for triangle, reaching, and then dropping that arm, reaching up towards the sky. Relaxing the neck. And when we come into reverse triangle, we're just switching the arms. So using that core as we turn the left arm up, right arm relaxes on the leg. Breathing in new energy, exhaling old, stale energy. Coming back to warrior two briefly. Sometimes I like to flip my hands to straighten out my arms a little bit. And then I cartwheel my arms forward. And dragging the foot back to plank. You got this. Inhale. Exhale down. Hands come to shoulder width apart. Inhale. up to your upward dog or your cobra. Exhale back to downward dog or child's, pausing and breathing, whatever pose you're in. Maybe a gentle pedaling of the legs, or turning of the head from side to side, or gentle up and down. And if you're in child's, maybe a little rock from side to side. And wherever we are, we'll come to our knees, reaching the arms out for puppy, sending the chin towards the floor, any amount. Maybe the head reaches, maybe not. Staying in puppy here and breathing, or tenting those fingers, sending the chin towards the floor as you find a stretch in your shoulders. Maybe the head comes down. Maybe there's a chin reaching down, and we'll take another breath in puppy. Maybe flattening the palms if we were stretching in our shoulder stretch. From here, we crawl the legs back to the center of the mat. We'll move the legs to the side as we come to bent knees. On the heels of our feet, we'll lean back for boat pose, chest lifted, lifting the legs bent, maybe using the grounding by holding onto the legs or the foot, or coming to the full expression. As we breathe, working our core, reminding ourselves that there's a bunch of muscles in the middle of our body that stabilize us. Breathing here, maybe you're dropping one leg and then the other. We're breathing, another inhale, exhale. And then we'll take the feet down, sending the chest up, maybe a look up as we stretch. And then send the chin down. We'll take another boat pose, progressing to where we want to be. Maybe we're here, dropping the foot. Maybe we're in full boat pose. 2 more breaths. I'm shaking. And then gently coming down. Taking our rest, keeping that chest lifted, maybe holding the shins as we take a cat-cow, inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat, rounding a little bit here. So we'll get ready for our last boat pose, sending ourselves back, finding where we want to be, or you can join me. We'll inhale to boat, high boat, and we'll exhale to low boat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, low boat. Last one, inhale, exhale, coming back. And taking a rest, progressing little by little. Maybe we were up here breathing, dropping legs down. Maybe we sat here taking a rest. That's fine too. We want to reach our best self by taking baby steps and getting better every day. So from here, we'll take ourselves down to the mat, holding the backs of the thighs or using your ab muscles, gently bringing in the knees, rocking from side to side on your back. Feeling for the ankles, the sides of the feet, as we bend the knees. Coming into happy baby, maybe a rock from side to side. Holding here, pausing And breathing. Letting gravity open those hips. And then we'll find ourselves coming down to the mat. We'll cross the right ankle across the left thigh, drawing the thigh into the chest. Breathing. Stretching out the hips with our pigeon on the back pose here. And if you'd like to progress further, you could always lift that leg, drawing it closer to the body. We'll set up for the other side. Right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Staying here and breathing, pushing into that thigh or drawing that leg in like we did on the other side if this side feels the same. Adding the leg, reaching up to the sky if you'd like. Drawing that leg by holding the toe or the back of the thigh, either one. And just allowing yourself to let go and breathe, letting those hips open a little more. You can flex both feet to increase your stretch. And then drawing the feet together in butterfly on your back. Feeling the tailbone on the floor, one hand on the lower belly, one hand on the heart as we take 3 breaths here. Letting the body begin to wind down. You've done a lot of work today in a short amount of time. Arms come back to the sides. You can bring the legs together. Knees bent. We'll draw one leg straight, letting the right foot flop open to the outside. Widening both feet a little wider than the waist, letting both feet open to the side. Arms can come to the side, palms up away from the body or palms down for more grounding. Beginning to let yourself sink into the earth that's supporting you. Feeling both shoulder blades grounding you, heels grounding you. Finding that gentle resting spot for your skull as it sends down into the earth. I can hear Yoda breathing too. This is arguably the most important pose of the yoga practice because your body needs time to release the tension, release the stretches, and process what you just did. So continue to breathe in and out. I'm just going to gently read a quote from Thomas Edison. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try one more time. I'm going to read that again. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try one more time. And that's Thomas Edison. You're on your back in shavasana and you're breathing, releasing, letting everything go. We'll take one knee into the chest and then the other, and you're welcome to stay where you are without moving, maybe pausing the tape or the video. And remember, you can always stay as long as you like in shavasana. It's really good for you. And then when you're ready, you can roll over to one side and make a pillow with your shoulder for your head or your hands as you breathe. Thinking, calling to mind 3 things you're grateful for. Anything that comes to mind that is something you're grateful for. I know I'm grateful for the sun shining today, the dog breathing next to me, and my yoga mat, knowing that I can always practice yoga. And when you're ready, you can push yourself up with one hand, nice and slow. Head can come up last. Coming back to your comfortable seated position. Ooh, I forgot to use my bolster under my knees. That's okay. Hands come to the heart after you stretch a little. Just bring your hands to your knees, stretching up. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale to cow, seated cow. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back to our grounding with our sits bones, chest lifted, hands can come to the heart, bowing our heads. May you find happiness and contentedness. May you feel peace and ease during your days. May you feel safe and comforted. And may you be healthy, feeling like you're thriving. Thank you all for coming to yoga with Joan Bossy. Namaste. The light and teacher in me honors that light and teacher in all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope the energy in your body feels better. I hope you feel stretched out. And Yoda, you're going to say goodbye? We're all done. Yeah, we're all done, honey. I know. You did a good job sleeping here. Are you going to wake up? Yeah? Okay. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye.